The Blue Jays are in one of the toughest divisions in all of baseball, the AL East. The AL East in 2023 had 3 teams who made the playoffs. Those teams are the Orioles, Rays, and the Blue Jays. The Orioles are just a young team. They won 101 games with little to no pitching. And starting pitching is right now their weakness, and it's only going to be getting better in this offseason. The Rays are currently entering a retooling type of a thing and likely won't be very competitive in 2024. But what about the Blue Jays? They won 89 games last year, but they were unable to make a single dent in the playoffs. They, of course, lost in 2 games to the Twins. They've managed to build one of the top rotations in baseball and had the 4th best team ERA. As great as the pitching was, though, they lacked one major thing, and that thing was offense. The offense was ranked at number 14 in runs scored, so ultimately they were mid, and that is exactly what cost them the playoffs. In Game 1 and 2 combined, they scored 1 run. If the Blue Jays managed to get run production, God only knows where they would be. This brings me into the huge Blue Jays news that we've got out of the last day. Let's start with Juan Soto. Soto is of course a top lefty bat for the Padres and led the major leagues in walks. And as great as Soto was for the Padres, they're looking to go ahead and get a trade haul by trading Juan Soto. As of Thursday, reports were that the Yankees and Padres were progressed to the point of exchanging names on players. This meant that trade talks had began, and Cashman really wants him on the Yankees. But keep in mind, the Yankees were brutal last year offensively. They were very bad, and that's the number one thing that they're going after, and specifically Juan Soto. But as of yesterday, trade talks have reportedly stalled because the Yankees do not want to give up a bunch of prospects. The Padres are asking for a very high price, and the Yankees just refuse to budge. And this allowed the Blue Jays to swoop into the Soto sweepstakes, and as of today, the Blue Jays are the frontrunners for Juan Soto. They currently need another outfielder, and this would for sure give them one of the best outfields in all of baseball. You would have Dalton Varsho, George Springer, and Juan Soto in the same outfield. That would be a problem for every single AL East team, and I'm just not sure how in the world you would be able to beat that. The Yankees especially would be the ones hurting the most from this. Most Yankees fans would deem this offseason a failure if Soto doesn't make his way to the Bronx, and as of right now, it's really not looking like he's going to be. The Blue Jays, on the other hand, would be getting an automatic 900 OPS type player, 30 or so home runs, and just a beast. They have the capital to get the trade done. Some people are trying to say that they don't, but I would actually disagree with that. But with that being said, they would literally have to dump their farm system. They would go to a very bad farm system if they made this trade. But hey, they're trying to win. That's the one thing that we know about the Blue Jays. This could be one of those, trade scenarios where they just kind of say, hey, we have no future anymore, but you know what? We have a window for the next 2 years or so, and we got to make the best of it. The other major news that we have is that the Blue Jays are now among the frontrunners for Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani is no doubt about it the best player, so just imagine a realm where the Blue Jays somehow pulled off 2 of the biggest moves in one offseason. Soto and Ohtani mixed with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., how are you supposed to even stop that team is the question that we have to be asking. This is going to be a very interesting next week or so, and right now there is more Ohtani news actually coming out, and that news is that he is in the final stage of his free agency. This next week is going to be awesome. Get your popcorn ready. Of course, what is going to be happening in the next week is that GMs are going to be meeting for the winter meetings. If you don't know what the winter meetings are, this is when typically the MLB offseason picks up literally every single offseason. Again, every single GM meets, and this is typically when trades and free agency starts to pick up. What do you guys think? Will the Blue Jays end up pulling off this insane move, or will they choke and not even get either of them? I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.